Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you another stock video analysis. This one on Macy's Incorporated, symbol M, as in Macy's. You're looking at a weekly bar chart of Macy's going back some 30 years. I did record this video on Monday, September 27th, 2021. There is a testing of significant long-term resistance as we speak, and I'm prompting you for the possibility of pushing through that ceiling and then eliciting a nice buy signal through the rest of the year that could elicit a 50% gain from present price levels, or from slightly higher price levels, I should say, over the next 3 to 5 months or so. That's kind of a wide guess. If you're not familiar with Macy's, I can't imagine that you wouldn't be, but Macy's is an American holding company founded by Xavier Warren in 1929. They operate the subsidiaries Macy's, Bloomingdale's, and the beauty store chain Bluemercury, all of which have a flagship store located in New York City, borough of Manhattan. They operate 726 locations, and they're considered the world's largest fashion goods retailer and the 36th largest retailer overall. The company's reported 2010 retail sales revenue of $25 billion. I'm not sure why that data is so old. I'm reading Wikipedia. I do know that they're about a $7 billion market capitalization, which puts them on the larger side of the mid caps. Anyway, Wicked Stocks offers two forms of membership, free and premium. Free membership is exactly as it sounds. For no cost or obligation, you will receive one free stock video analysis a week, typically released on Mondays. And if you provide your name and email address, you'll receive an email from us each and every time a new free weekly video is ready for viewing. The second form of membership is premium and provides at least 2 stock videos every week and costs $24.95 a month. Just click on the premium membership link, fill out your payment information through our safe gateway portal, and you'll receive an email each and every time a new premium video is ready for viewing. Cancellation is allowed at any time. I saw this, an alarm go off. I've been watching this channel structure, which I'm going to show you here in just a moment. I do need to zoom in a bit over the last, 13, 14 years of trade, and show you a descending channel that's been in play for several years. It's at 2490 this week, the week of Monday, September 27th. This is a weekly chart. This weekly channel top is a ceiling of resistance through the rest of the year at 2490. It's dropping exactly a dime a week. And from here, now that we've tested it, Macy's can fall back into later year, into the $16, $17 area, and possibly lower. Although I don't have an indication of possibly lower. I'll show you that in a moment as well, unless we continue well into next year. But right now, 2490, long-term resistance below which I don't see any good reason to buy this market long-term or hold this market long-term while it's testing the ceiling, because it now remains susceptible to falling back. Now, we could actually push through 2490. Let's zoom in again and show you 2490 still, and the 1% push through 2490 is 2515. You know that I like the 1% violations on these line studies with regard to long-term weekly channel, weekly bar charts. You know, this formation goes back some 3-4 years, and so waiting or allowing this to push through this channel top by at least a 1% margin is recommended. You can do so. You can buy Macy's, and this is all I'm saying is if we close today or any day this week or any daily settlement at 25.15 or higher this week, in other words, a 1% push through 24.90, dropping 10 cents a week. It's the formation, not necessarily 24.90, so that'll drop to 24.80 next week, so forth and so on. But if we close at 25.15 or higher any day this week, we do technically have a long-term buy signal. I do think, though, it's prudent to await a settlement above this formation, which is not much higher. So we have about a 65-cent range of resistance. Closing above 24.90 by the 1% margin, 25.15 or higher, is an actionable buy signal. But for, if you're someone who likes to sort of await secondary confirmation, that's pretty easy here. This channel top at 25.55, if settled above, should pretty much lock and seal that buy signal through the rest of the year. And I would anticipate bullish continuation into the upper 30s. 2 to 3 months, 3 to 5 months could spill into the first quarter of 2022 before reaching that area. I mean, it could do anything it pleases, of course. It could take the better part of a year if it wants to. But I think with the buy signal above 25.55, the sort of final buy signal above 25.55, that 39.86 formation, also, of course, dropping 10 cents a week. It is an extreme channel top. Becomes, I'm just going to call it a 3 to 5 month buy signal or less. We could get up there in 2 or 3 months. That 39.86 formation, able to contain buying through 2022. From there, the market can fall back over the following months ahead. And of course, if we were to close above 39.86, then we have a significant long-term buy signal. It should play out over the following several years, and I'll be watching that as well. But just know that continued weekly settlements at or below 24.90 will allow overbought conditions to emerge, and the stock can fall back to 16.26. This formation is a new formation based on this week's recent high, so it can change. Every new high you put out, even by a few ticks, will adjust this channel bottom. But right now, 16.26 rising about 8 cents a week. That area is susceptible to being tested over the next several months, possibly by the end of November. Just guessing, really. And that is an area that can contain monthly selling pressures if or when tested. And that, by the way, 16.26 is a significant downward pivot point into next year. And I'm not prepared to talk about that. I just know that some of you watch these videos because you play both sides of the market. You know, this area that we're in right now is not a bad environment to buy puts, out of the money puts, perhaps. But really, I know most of you are on the buy side of the market. The purpose of Wicked Stocks is to identify buy signals that last anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to 2 to 3 months, and this is one of them. So I'll leave you with this. Closing above 24.90, buy the 1% margin of 25.15 or higher any day, and you want to follow up the same settlement at the end of a week. So 25.15 or higher on at the end of this week would be a meaningful longer-term buy signal. I'm just going to throw this 25.55 channel top in here, of course, as the secondary confirmation, and then we should be off and on the way up into the upper 30s over the next 3 to 5 months. And I really think that's all that needs to be said for this Wicked Stocks video analysis on Macy's Incorporated.